again so soon. I missed you guys. Wanda here. I am live on YouTube again, and tonight I want to play with this huge tattoo that I've been hanging on to. Whoops, I better turn the notifications off, huh? Let's see if I can do that. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Oh, there. Okay, I think I'm on now. Let me turn the volume down. I will figure this out, I promise. Okay, so tonight I'm going to apply this ginormous, look at this owl. It's huge. This is huge. Let's measure. So this tattoo is, I don't know, about 8 inches by 4.5. The rock is 9 by 8. So yes, I'm going to put it on this huge rock. Hi, Lori and Julie. Hello. So I'm going to start by cutting out as close as I can to the owl, just to make it easier for the transfer. It's such a large area. I know a lot of you bought the big ones before when I did the really large yin yang tutorial, and I meant to come back and go over this again because there were a lot of people very intimidated by these really big ones. So if you bought a pack of them, this was, I believe, in that pack, so we'll be using up some of those fun ones. Hi, Jen and Sherry. Hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my rock wet. Just dampen it with a little bit of clear water. You can also use Mod Podge there if you want. I think I'm going to try it this way and see. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. The Mod Podge will help seal it between your tattoo and the rock. And this step is especially important when you're working on a surface that's really bumpy. And luckily Santorinis are very smooth. Sorry for all the in and out of frame there. Okay. So that's just a layer of diluted Mod Podge. I'm going to slowly do this again because I made bubbles when I did that. So you want to go slow. And then when you remove the film on your tattoo, face down to your rock. Where you want it, make sure you're exactly where you want it. And then give it a firm rub into place there. It is humongous stone, huh? And I'm going to wet the back of the tattoo with the clear water very generously. And this has drips of paint all the way down, so you want to make sure you get the very ends of your tattoo and the edges and the sides, all of that wet. Less ripping. Notice I say less. There is usually an amount of, damage when you're working on tattoos, generally somewhere, somehow, something lifts or bends or wrinkles. So don't feel like it's you. How is everyone tonight? Thank you guys for showing up. I gave no notice. I just jumped on tonight. So I'm going to be doing an event. It might not be live, but I call it an event of revisiting like foil how to, maybe another brush up on foil techniques 101 on how to use the lights, the glues, the resins, the top coats, which light to use and when, what the lights are, what the different lights are for. Because I know I use 3 different lights and 3 different glues and a top coat and a resin. And I think I've confused some people, a lot of people. So I do apologize for that. I jump back and forth a lot. I don't like to use the same things. If something seems to work better in its place, I'll jump around. I might be taking for granted that everybody doesn't have, all the same things that I do. So, okay, on the tattoos, you want to make sure that your image is lifting and sticking to the surface, if that makes sense. Or not lifting. Make sure your image is not lifting, but that the back is. So my top feather bent, so we already have some damage here, which is not the end of the world, but not good. All right, so once you get it going, gently remove the backing. And if it lifts while you're going, brush it out like I'm doing with the brush, as gentle as you can. This may or may not work. Come on, Mr. Owl. Ooh, we got a little bit of wrinkles, but not too bad, huh? Whew. All right, everybody, and round of applause. I was sweating with that one. These can be hard on the large ones. I ain't gonna lie. So see, I'll show you the damage. So the good, bad, and the ugly. Let me see here. So down here we had a row of wrinkles come in right here. And then this one flipped over and I flipped it back so it's thinner now. And then you might be able to see, I don't know, on here, see the wrinkles in the owl. Like in the tattoo area here. See the wrinkles? And then up here, the horn lifted back and then I pulled it back out. So I'm going to try. I may lose the end of it, but I'm going to try to lift it. Nope, I'm going to lose it, I think. Let's see if I can do it with some tweezers without ripping it off. I'll probably rip it off, but not too bad, but not the way it was. Anyways, that's where we're going to stay with it. My point is, you don't have to scrap it just because it's not exactly the way it was on the card. You can work with it. So once your owl is on, you're going to want to brush some Mod Podge on the top of your owl, but let your owl dry just a bit. Or doesn't have to be an owl. Let your tattoo. And what I'm doing here is very gently taking up some of the water. Very carefully. You don't want to grab your you don't want to pull that tattoo off the rock. All right, we're going to let that dry just for a moment. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, our owl has been in the wind. Perfect. Hi, Kate and Lori, Jen and Sherry. Who else do we have on tonight? How's everybody? So I'm going to just add the Mod Podge, and I'm going in the direction of the edges. If you notice, I'm painting out so that I don't pull at the tattoo. So go in the direction of your edges. It's basically from the center out. And this is the Mod Podge I'm using is actually the puzzle formula, which is the same as the other one. They just bottle it differently. I have not noticed any difference in them. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit my rock. Since I'm going to be using watercolor pencil, I want it to be uniform. And I'm hoping that the Mod Podge doesn't mess that up too much for me. It shouldn't, but. So, if you have some watercolor, if you don't have the watercolor pencils, you can use a regular watercolor palette. Oops, mine got glued together. This is just a kick out thin pan palette from Amazon. These are pretty good colors too. I've had this for a couple of years now, and I like these. They're nice and saturated, good pigment. These are by Artsy, a 42 pan. I don't remember how much it was, but I want to say under $15 for that. I'm going to be using King Art Woodless Watercolor Pencil Set, 24 pack. These are also available in, is it Arteza? There's another, Montemart, I believe, Montmart. Beautiful pencils for less money. These are beautiful, but they're basically the same pencils. So I'm going to just take these out here. And what I like to do on these rainbow rocks is kind of go with the flow on the tattoo so that I don't make it overly, I don't know, overly opposite. So I'm going to start with blue in here. Like I'm going to grab this blue. Obviously I'm going to go kind of like that. So I'm picking my colors, and I will rattle these off as I'm going. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got it. You guys can all hear me tonight, right? I know last night we were having some technical difficulties with the sound, and that was pretty not good. So basically I have my paintbrush that I just used for the owl. And you can do this a couple different ways. You can color right on a dry surface and then activate it with water, or you can add water and then your pencil, which is what I'm going to do tonight. It seems a bit faster that way, and I want a lot of color tonight. So you get a lot more doing it this way. You get a lot more pigment down. So my water's there, and I'm going to take my pencil and start laying down some color. I am not going on top of the tattoo, but right to the edge. And I'm coloring like a 4-year-old. That's all I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going a little bit on the tattoo, not intentionally. And then make sure you have another brush handy too, like a soft brush that you can wet and move your colors where you want them. And I'm pretty sure if I can find it when we're done, I'm going to use some of my homemade watercolors in the color shifting metallics to add some effects in here. I'm going to come down the edges too. Okay. Thank goodness. I'm so glad you guys can hear me tonight. I'm sorry, that color, I forgot to start rattling them. It's Kingfisher Blue. This is Delft Blue. Focus, phone. There we go. The other one you wouldn't have been able to see anyways. It's half off the label, so. When I'm done, you probably won't be able to see the original drips here. But that's okay with me because I'm going to kind of cover them up. I'm mixing some colors in with the other colors. Or the one in with the other color. Hi, Elizabeth. You can also dip your pencils, if they're the watercolor pencil, in the water directly. And then color with that. Give you lots of pigment too. I'm going to change to my snap brush. It's a Princeton Snap 6 round. Just wetting the surface a bit. And I'm going to go in with, actually, this is purple. I'm going to add some in here, and then I'm going to add blue to it to get the like ultramarine-ish color. There is an ultramarine pencil in this set, but for some reason, I don't know what I did to it. It doesn't want to lay down the color. It probably needs to be sharpened. which they're full color, so they're full pigment. I'm not sure what I did. I may have gotten glue on it or something, but I will figure that one out. I know it's messy, huh? Where is she going with this? Messy. That's the objective for tonight. Messy. Messy paint drips everywhere. Anyways, we're going to do full color all the way around. Yes, yes, that's what I'm doing. This is violet. All right, and then I think this is crimson, which is the rosier side of red. And then I'll grab the red. And this is red, carmine red. If you go up on your tattoo, just be careful with it, because you can rip it or move it. Geranium Lake. It's an orange red. Yes, these are light fast, but you still need to spray them, because even light fast colors over time will fade. I've noticed, let's see, this says, let me find back here, I'll find the, You know, I don't know where I saw I'm pretty sure they're light fast. Sorry, I thought that it said right on the package. Don't quote me on that. I would use a UV protectant. Watercolors are fishy anyways if they say they are light fast. You can pull a color right off of the pencil as well. This is orange, by the way. I changed again. And yellow, primrose yellow. Yep, Jen, watercolors are totally notorious for fading, but they are my favorite. And if you take the extra steps, you know, you can protect your work for a bit. If you are planning on giving it as a gift for someone to keep outside, or they're planning on putting it outside, probably not good to use watercolors. You also should keep watercolor art away from windows, direct sunlight, or even direct lighting. Moss green. And turquoise green. Nope, wrong green. Emerald green. And I'm scribbling straight on the rock here so you can see the difference. So this is a dry application I'm doing right now, straight onto the rock. So I've shown on wet, dipping the pencil, taking the color directly from the pencil with a wet brush, and now I'm showing activate it after you've applied it to the rock dry, and you get a different kind of application. It seems less saturated, more of a wash of color that way. Now I'm going to use turquoise green. I'm going to mix that with the emerald green and some thick patches. Okay, let's see here. I love this. It reminds me so much of being a kid and painting in the watercolor books where you activate it with water. The page would be, it would be like a coloring page, and then it would have lines or dots of color in it. Do you guys remember that? And then you would take water on the brush they give you with the book and paint because the watercolor was in the book already. Or they had a page with dots of color on it that you would activate with your brush and water. So I like this, doing this reminds me of that. So you can see that more muted colors when you apply it this way. Okay, so I think I'm going to come from the outside in. Yes, paint with water books. You know, I heard about the Pureless watercolor, the watercolor papers, that they're great for like traveling, and so you just get the papers wet. I heard they were pretty pigmented too. Is that right? Is that correct? I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I apologize. I'm just adding some color back in. And re-wet just a bit. So I'm going to kind of come back out with the rainbow colors in this direction and work my way back to blue. I love that yellow. It is so vivid. Hi, Deborah. Who's on with me? See Deborah and Julie. See Teresa, hi. And Jen. This is the darker geranium lake orange. Carmine red. I think I'm actually going to find a purple in my Click palette and see if I can, because I want some purple. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Be using that one in a minute. Let me activate it and I'll show it to you. They don't really have names, they have numbers, and the colors, the swatches on the Click outs are terrible. So don't go by that, but I'll show you here. It's a really nice, pretty pigmented purple. I think that's going to work just fine for what I'm wanting. All right, I'm moving into crimson. Go violet. And that purple color that I grabbed over here. It's those click out palettes are so pigmented. So pigmented. There is no rhyme to my weirdness here with the colors and how I'm blending them. Oh. Delft blue again. I'm going to add this back in here a bit. Thanks, Jen. Thank you, thank you. It's very colorful tonight. I don't do a lot with backgrounds usually, so you guys are probably in shock, huh? I don't know if you remember my Attitude fairy that I did. She was a tattoo as well, but I did the rock and it was so vivid, red and green and yellow, all the rainbow colors, but it was like, I don't know, all lightning bolts coming in from each direction, and it was gorgeous. Of course, I can't ever do that again. I don't know. You never can recreate, you know? That's Kingfisher. Let's see. And I'll go back with greens. Let's dry on the rock there. We'll see what happens here. You don't want green and purple to touch. No, no, no. So I'm going to add the blue back in here. Okay, let's see what we got here. You ready? Nope. I'm gonna lose my feet here. Hold on just a moment, guys. I'm sorry. We're losing battery. Okay. Are you still with me? Okay, so I'm going to activate what I just laid down dry with a little water. I'm not using a massive amount of water right here because I want it to stay really vivid. And I've brought my color down the side of the rock. Add some blue right here again. We're going to make some pretty brown in a second. Aw, sorry, Julie. No worries. Babies come first, hon. Thanks for hanging. Anybody painting tonight? Hi, Lonnie. Ooh, Lonnie has these pencils. What do you think about these, Lonnie? Do you like them? Oh, I wanted to ask. Okay, Lonnie, in your pencil pack, does your purple work? Or it's not called purple. It's a dark purple. Does it work? This one's not. It's like a regular wax pencil. It doesn't ever activate in mine. But I've heard other people haven't had that issue, so I think they just put the wrong pencil in my set. Okay, I'm going to grab some of that purple from my watercolor click out. The real dark one. And crimson. And I think I'm just going to add a little yellow right here. Just right there. Because that'll make our green and orange for us. Color theory works sometimes, right? We'll see how this worked. I love the yellow. It just, boom, it does it, right? And then right here, it should give us an orange and a green. And boom, there's the green. Mr. Owl, you are fancy. Yeah, this stone is huge, Lonnie. What did we measure it at? 9 inches long, 8 inches wide. Okay, I am going to grab my crazy homemade colors, or I'm gonna get stuck here because I get I keep going, never know when to quit. You guys get that? It's a syndrome, right? Just stop. Put down the brush. Okay, let me see if I can find some cool colors, right? Not cool as in blue, but cool as in awesome because I made it. Dang. Ooh, maybe we should make one out of the new color shifts that I got. What do you think? I'm not talking about like getting the Mueller out and making it. I'm talking about just making a little bit in my paint palette dish. Oh, I think I would love that. I'm sorry, I have to do it. I must. So, to do that, I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny little bit in my palette here. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to get a pipette and my gum arabic because I'm just going to put a little in there so it'll stick on my rock. If you don't have gum arabic, you can use a little honey. Okay, turn off your fans. And I'm just grabbing just a little bit, about the same amount that I have in there of the powder. Grab some clean, clear water. Preferably bottled, but if you're just, you know, mixing up a little bit like this, it's not. Actually, it should be distilled, actually, but I'm going to start with 3 drops of water. Oh, wow, it's so pretty when it's wet. It looks like a liquid metal, mercury metal, I don't know. Very pretty. This is going to be perfect. You guys, the shift in this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, look at this. I hope it comes through on the camera. Okay, let me turn on that flash, that handy thing from yesterday. I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see this shift? Okay, I'm going to paint it on my hand. Fingers crossed. I think I'm okay with gum arabic. Come on, show it. All right, it's not going to show it, but it will, because I'm going to make it. It's the same one we used. Was it yesterday? When did I use this? Ah, the gecko. This is the color of the gecko. All right, so with this, I'm going to get a little liner brush. Actually, I'm going to get a long liner brush. A really long one. Oh, that is not the one. This is the one. So it's like, what, 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch? Doesn't say. This is part of the Winstonia something blue line. And I'm going to come along the edges of some of the colors here. And the gum arabic will keep it from just wiping right back off the rock. So, but if you don't have that, like I said, you can use a little honey to give it some staying power. I'll lift it up in just a minute so you guys can see. I can see the color shift perfect, but the camera is not picking it up. Let's see. Hi, Allison. Teresa, hello. Hello, hello. Oops, I think I'm going to get a smaller. Yeah, just a second. Okay, this one's like medium. So I think when you turn it, you can see the gold flash. Can you see it? Like the gold green down in around by my finger. I wonder if it's because it's live and the feed is weird. But you can see the different colors. See, it's purple here. and gold green over here. What size powders did I get? 1 gram. They're tiny. They're tiny, but seriously, it's going to last forever. I don't know if you can see. There's a... Let me turn the flash off, see if you can see through the bag, because it's not a lot. See through the bag? Can you see that? See my finger through there? See the brush? The powder's right here. So it's just above, actually, it's just right about at this line right here. Just that. So this is empty. So yeah, don't freak out. That's about how much it is. But you guys, I did that entire gecko with like a couple of rubs of this, and it's, I'm gonna make a whole paint thing with it so that I can keep using it as paint as well. I've had some color shifts that I bought from a different company for over a year, half gram, less than that, and they just, it's amazing. I was so upset when I first got them. And they promised me, they said, if you'll just use a little bit, don't go crazy with it, you'll see what we mean. Because it just keeps going. It blends more and more and more. Oh, and the plastic candy container. This is glitter, and it's the Glitter Hippo. This company does have, the Glitter Hippo is part of, come on guys, it's the Solar Color Dust Company, solarcolordust.com. That's where that came from. Is that what you were asking? I'm putting some crazy highlights on our owl here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Allison. I am going to ship you some of that mood changing pen from winning the other night. They do. They should ship. They should. I think it's because of the shipping rate. They're ridiculous to the UK. It's not, I don't know why it's so expensive. It's nuts. Did we make someone mad? Ooh. Jen's saying Pearl Pleasures starts at 18 to ship to Canada. And that's very lightweight stuff too. Just like 1 gram plus, well, it was probably a few grams after the packaging, but oh my goodness. That's, you know, it doesn't cost that much to ship. I don't know why they're charging such crazy amounts. You can ship a letter. Like I send my foil to Canada and England and Australia and whoever else wants it for $1.20. $1.20. We'll send an envelope like this. Okay? So I don't know why things are so expensive. I guess if it can't fit through a sorting machine, you gotta pay. So what do you guys think of my crazy rock? Totally crazy rock. Oh my gosh. You know, not everything I make is a win, so you don't have to like it. It is not for everybody. Bye, Jen. Thanks for hanging out. Good night. All right, let's see what I did here. Oh, I'm loving it. I know it's kind of bright, but yes. Let me change my mood lighting. Oh, that's better. What do you guys think? Look how nice and bright. Let's see if we can see the shift now. Yeah, you can see the different colors in the... See, it was purple when I was putting it on, right? Now it's gold and green, pink and purple, and blue. I am going to resin it. Yes, I am. And you know I'm going to put rhinestones and all kinds of stuff on that. You guys want me to hang out? Are you guys up for it? The problem with resining this bad boy is it's huge. So I'm not going to resin it, but I will add the rhinestones and then I'll do a brush on resin around them. Because I need to do a regular resin that takes, you know, 24 hours to set. It's too big for the light, really. I'd have to do it in 500 sections. Hey, thank you, Lonnie. Ooh, I think I want to put some of this on there too. This is the Hollow Sparkle from Solar Dust Company. I love this stuff. And I'm just going to put some of it like in the feathers. This is going to be an extra owl. Going to be an extra owl. I think that might be too far away, huh? Now you can see what I'm doing. I told you I don't know when to stop. Teresa, you go right ahead and fall asleep. That is totally fine by me. I do that every night. I turn on YouTube and it's on in the morning. It's a terrible way to sleep, I know, but I do it. I'm hoping to learn by osmosis in my sleep, you know, absorb whatever it is I was watching. There we go. What a pretty owl. That face, look at that. I'm not going to mess that up. That is such a beautiful face. Some of these tattoos are just it's so beautiful, don't you guys think? I know a lot of them you can just pop it on your rock and it's so beautiful by itself. Just gorgeous. Kind of like waterfall glitter here. Okay. Stop with the glitter. More money, more money. What are we talking about? You know, this tattoo came with a set, a huge set of a whole bunch of tattoos. I have some of them left here. And believe it or not, it's not that much, it's not that expensive. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure somebody on here has these. They are gorgeous. I was going to do this one tonight, but I didn't want to mess up the butterfly. It's too pretty. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh. Oh, the glitter that I just painted on, Lonnie, it's from Naturalist Paint Company. It's that holographic sparkle paint that they make. That's just a sample that I have from a friend, from Lori. So it's in a base. It's actually a paint. It's in a like a gel base. It is wonderful paint. I can't stop using it. Anyways, here's some more of the ones that come with this owl. And I have to remember all of these will be, they're mirrored. They'd be the other direction when they're on. And then Sally also sent me a special tattoo. It's coming up here. Oh, isn't that pretty? This one I bought. This is a dragon. It was separate too. I don't know, but look at that gorgeous dragon. There's another owl. I almost did this one tonight. I couldn't make up my mind. This one, Sally sent that. Isn't that so beautiful? She's like in the flower. I just love that. Love it. It's like an ink blot perfect art. I don't know. I'm crazy. And then there is this one's obviously mirrored also. It would be that way, but that's So most of those, except for the lady and the dragon, come together in a set from Amazon. So I don't want to go crazy with the rhinestones on the owl, but I do want to put a few around. And I think I'm just going to stick with the 8Bs. The round. I wonder, where, oh where shall we go? I think I'm just going to pop them out there like stars. Out around here. In a few places. They're all from Amazon. I'm using the tool again. I love it. Bondic and the rhinestone tool. Oh, definitely. Okay. Gotta make sure there's glue. It was getting low last night, so I think I'm gonna start out here. Come on. There we go. And set it. Easy. You know what? I may use top coat to seal this because it'll go faster and I could seal it in sections quicker with the little light. The resin, UV resin, Mr. Resin is amazing, but it takes like, 5 or 6 minutes to cure it even in the big light. So maybe, what do you guys think? You think top coat would work? So it takes about 30 to 60 seconds to cure top coat. And Bondic only takes like 2-3 seconds to cure. It's so great. Okay, just a few more and I think we're done with these. I'm trying to cure it with the wrong end. Do you do that, Lonnie? Okay. So I'm going to grab the light, the big one, but I'm going to use it, I'm going to hover with it, if that makes sense. Just let me clear a spot here, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to resin. And top coat is a resin, so yes, that's resining. I mean, not right there, but oh well. Okay. Just make sure it's all free from dust and stuff. We're dry. I gotta dig a space to the light if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, I've plowed a trail. Here's the light. So what I'm going to do is brush it on and then hold the light over it. You know, this lightsaber. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So, Gelixir is up for the count. We're going to use this brush thing. And I'm only going to do... No, I better not do sections. I better paint it all on and then just cure it in sections. Now, if this was not UV and this was regular resin, you would need to spray your rock first with Rust-Oleum 2X, something like that. UV products kind of negate the need to do that. I don't know what is so different about them that makes it doesn't really mess with pens and paint. And generally I would also put rhinestones on top because we will lose most of the facets doing it this way. Boy, when you put the top coat resin and gloss on it, it just really livens it up. It was pretty bright before. Now it's really bright. I'm just making sure to get around the edges. Top coat is a little different, that it doesn't self-level as well as resin does, so you have to be kind of meticulous in applying it. It's going to be bumpy and wrinkly probably on me here because it's a big surface. I'm going to torch it, not for bubbles because it won't really pop those, but maybe to warm it up so it'll level out a bit. I might have to do 2 coats. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to have to change a glove. We good? All right, here we go. Lightsaber on. Yeah, I got little bubbles. Darn it. Oh, they're disappearing. Ooh, not bad. You guys will see in just a sec. Now you know why nail technicians have those great big, you know, they can fit 5, 6 people in there at once. Yeah, they're doing art behind the scenes, aren't they? I want one of those big ones you just pop your art in. I mean your hands in. It's like a table, a UV table. You can sit down. I think we're just done. Just making sure. Cool. Sticky on this little corner here. You got a few ripples in it, but I'm okay with it. I'm liking it. All right, you ready? Pretty busy owl, but we're done. I like the color shifts. I had to turn off the flash, otherwise this would be super blinding. Let me see. Maybe not too bad. See how with the flash on, it turns purple? It was just gold and green. Watch. See, gold and green. So we have crazy holographic glitter, crazy 5 shifting paint, metallic paint, and watercolor pencils on top of Santorini and an owl tattoo the size of my face. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Goodness, that was a big one. I appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you in the group. And I believe tomorrow night, Katie and I are doing a collaboration live, so watch for that. We're going to post the link, and it's going to be in group. So we'll be broadcasting straight from Creative Rock Art and Foil Techniques group on Facebook. Fun, fun. All right, guys, I'll see you again soon. Good night.